In this video, I will show you how I'm expanding my sprinter van solar capacity by 300 watts with a portable solar blanket. Hello everyone, welcome to Freely Roaming. My name is Dan. In my last video, I mentioned that we're headed south into Mexico and eventually all the way down to the southern tip of South America. Even though we have 400 watts of solar on the roof, we want to make sure we can significantly increase that when we need to. I looked at a lot of options online and eventually came across this Atem Power 300 watt solar blanket on geekbuying.com. I've never bought anything from them before, but for the same product, Amazon's price was $80 more. What made it even better is that they keep inventory for a lot of their products in US-based warehouses, so I didn't have to wait a long time to receive it. It even came with free shipping, so it was a no-brainer. When we built our van, we designed it with the storage space for a portable solar panel. We started with 2 rigid 50-watt panels, while in Europe we upgraded that to 4 semi-flexible panels. This time, we're excited to push that capacity all the way up to 300 watts with this solar blanket. By reading the specs on their website, I knew that the size was also perfect for the space we already have to store it. The only downside, by it being a solar blanket, is that it doesn't have built-in stands to keep it tilted upright. That is fine, because our plan is to place it over our sprinter van's big windshield when we need to tilt it. As we get closer to the equator, tilting will also become less necessary as the sun is more or less directly overhead. We'll also be able to use this to charge bigger power stations we own, like the Oupes 1200 watt solar generator, which I have already reviewed. I'll put a link in the corner if you haven't seen that video already. Geek Buying also has this unit available in their US-based warehouse if you're looking for one. So let me give you a little demonstration of how the solar blanket works and what all comes with it. Alright, here's the Atem Power 300 watt solar blanket. I'll show you what comes with it. Actually comes with a charge controller, which is kind of cool, and it's a basic MPPT controller that can take between 12 to 24 volts. Has a 5 volt USB output, heatsink in the back, Anderson power plugs on both the solar side and the battery side. You need one of these if you're going to charge a battery directly, but if you're going to charge like a power station like this Oupes, then you're going to want this. You're going to need to plug this in. So you will need this pigtail. This pigtail goes in to the Anderson plug. Okay, so now you have this smaller Anderson pole adapter. And these two go in, like so. And then you've got 4 different plugs that you can use. For this Oupes power station, we're going to use this one. So let me go and set this up. I want to see how much solar we get. A day like this, we're in the afternoon, mid-November. Sun is pretty steep angled, so because this is a solar blanket, it's not going to have any kind of tilting capabilities. We're just going to lay this flat and then we'll see what kind of capacity we get laying flat. This is a really steep angle, so I'm expecting not as good of output, but we should get something. We'll see. There you go. So you can tilt at least part of it if you got something for this half of the panels to lean against. So this is actually a good setup for kind of all day. You know, you have the flat part that points straight up and the angle part that points to either where the sun rises or where the sun sets. So let's see what we're getting on this Oupes. On a steep angle day like this, we're getting 71, 73. We should be able to do better if we have sun directly overhead. That's pretty good. I'm getting about 25% of the output of what it should produce. So the thing I really like about this solar blanket is how compact it is when it's folded up. So as you can see, it's made up of 6 separate panels. And then first you fold it in half, and then you fold it 2 more times to get basically the footprint of one of these with a potential output of 300 watts in perfect condition. So our plan for the panel is to use it to cover the front windshield of our Sprinter. Have it parked facing south. So we'll have kind of like this perfect angle as the sun rises and sets. We should get a lot of output from that panel, and just have the little loops tied to little bungee cords that hang from the roof rack. Should be perfect. So that is how we're planning to expand our solar capacity in the next leg of our travels around the world. It is really exciting to see the price of portable solar panels like this one drop down to basically $1 a watt. We will now have a total of 700 watts at our disposal, and it will come in handy when we have to park in the shade as the weather starts to warm up on our way south. How many watts of solar do you guys have on the roof of your camper? I'd love to hear what kind of setup you guys have, so please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you have any questions about these two products that I showed in this video, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.